Hi there, Sanjay Gangal from EDACafe. I'm here with Tony Shakib, CEO of Exostellar. Hello, Tony.
Hi, Sanjay. It's a pleasure being here with you.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Tony. Tell us about Exostellar.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, Exostellar, we're an AI-driven autonomous cloud optimization company. And really, our whole purpose and goal in life is to give a lot more value to our customers that are using the cloud by just making it a lot more efficient than what it is today.
Okay, and how did you end up in Exostellar?
Yeah, I was actually part of an original investment team. I really got to know the team, at an early stage. As you know, it was originated by two professors at Cornell University and their postdoc student. I thought they had an incredible technology that was really powerful and disruptive. So that's how I came across. I worked with Hakeem, that was the CEO at the time, and really fell in love with the technology and the potential. And, the rest is history. A year later, I'm still here and really enjoy what I'm doing.
Okay, and you recently did an announcement for a partnership with Arm. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so as you know, we're really excited about that. I mean, Arm is a magnificent company, very successful in the industry. And, they're really our representative of the semiconductor industry and then the whole EDA, electronic design automation space that we go after. Arm, like many other EDA companies, as you know, they're looking for every competitive edge that they can get their hands on. And the ability to run these EDA tools a lot faster, more efficiently, and much more cost effectively. So we thought that combination of our technology and their desires and aspirations was a really good intersection. And, we ended up working with them. They are very thorough. They did a lot of very rigorous testing of our software and platform for about 3 to 4 months. And we were able to demonstrate how we can take their, large mission critical high performance computing applications and just run it a lot more cost effectively in the spot market with very high level of reliability. So, the fact that they can benefit from it, and through them, we can demonstrate to the rest of the EDA industry that, what we've done with ARM, we could do with them. We're really pleased about that, and we appreciate the partnership. And then, as I said, hope to use it as an example to work with other partners.
Okay, and what makes Exostellar unique in the cloud optimization space?
Yeah, it's a great question, Sanjay. What makes it unique is combination of two technologies that we have patents around it. One technology is based, that was developed actually at Cornell University by these professors, is the ability to do nested virtualizations, which means we could put VMs inside each other, take control of these VMs, and ultimately, like in layman's term, the value of it is to do live migration of workloads while the workloads are running. We don't stop them, we don't checkpoint them. And imagine like you're on a plane, you're trying to change the engine of the plane while it's still flying. That's how incredible it is. So that's what this nested virtualization and live migration allows us to do, to move workloads from prem to the cloud, within the cloud, or even between clouds or different zones. That's one part of the technology. And then we also have a companion AI prediction engine that learns about the cloud instances that are available and classifies them and identifies at any point in time where is the lowest cost and most available place to run a workload. And then, we intercept the workloads from the scheduler, use our live migration to move it to the lowest cost. And then if we feel at any point that that spot instance is at risk of eviction or being terminated, then proactively with our AI prediction engine, we move it again to another safe spot, always keeping it safe and always finding the best place to run these workloads. That's the magic of the company, and that's what's very unique about Exostellar.
What is the latency in moving a virtual machine from one place to another?
Another great question. As you know, like we built our own hypervisor to have the ability to do this. And really the core IP in the company is to be able to do this with very little latency. We're below 2%. And in fact, in some cases, we even run faster because of the way that we could optimize the kernel and that manages this. So it's very little overhead. And then the other beauty of our system is that it's all in software. So I know many of your audiences are familiar with vMotion from VMware, you know, the way that they could move workloads around on bare metal. We could effectively do the same thing in software in the cloud. And that's a unique part, and it's very little overhead.
Okay. And what are the major challenges enterprises face when managing cloud infrastructure?
Yeah, I think that the challenge is, that we have helped many of them overcome is two things. One is the cost of the cloud. I mean, honestly, the biggest hesitancy for most of the enterprise customers to move to the cloud is the cost. Otherwise, there's a lot of benefits to the cloud. It's the elasticity, it's the rapid roll of the services, and there's just so many things you could do. I come from a cloud company myself, right? But their biggest concern is, hey, I'm running these things on-prem. It's at about a third of the cost of running it in the cloud, and it's too expensive. And what we do is we close that gap. By using all these efficiencies in the cloud, we significantly drop the cost to the point that is very similar to on-prem. So that's one barrier that we overcome. That's also helped us form partnerships with our cloud partners that will incentivize their customers to come to the cloud. And then the other major challenge is reliability. If they're running HPC workloads, high performance computing workloads, the more cost-effective solutions in the cloud haven't been very reliable. And we take something like Spot and make it ultra reliable for them to feel comfortable enough to run their mission critical applications in the cloud on our platform. So those are really the two major barriers that we're helping the customers to overcome. And it's really a win-win-win. It's win for the customers, is win for the cloud providers to bring them in, and obviously a win for us to be able to serve them.
Now, beyond semiconductors or EDA, do you see your technologies expanding to other verticals or industries?
Yeah, good question, Sanjay. The answer is yes. Our software is, our platform is completely application and cloud agnostic, the way we built it. So we started in the EDA market. It was one of the toughest market to show reliability and cost savings. So we cut our teeth in there. But now in the HPC space, we're going into oil and gas simulation, bioinformatics. We already have customers there, and anything that's really compute intensive. In addition, we also have developed our technology to run on Kubernetes, and we announced that at KubeCon in Paris this year. So now we are the only company that is able to handle stateful applications in Kubernetes, leveraging Spot and keeping it safe. So that's a new market that we're entering, and we're very lucky to have a number of customers. And then the third space that we're moving into is the whole ML AI, where we will extend a lot of our capabilities beyond CPU optimization into GPU optimization. So those are the three markets and types of customers that we will be working with.
Okay, and what future innovations can we expect from Exostellar in the coming months or years?
Yeah, I mean, this is a very technology, deep tech company that's at the core of our DNA, and we will continue to drive that. So in terms of the innovations, our goal is to go much heavier into the ML and AI space. We're working on developing capabilities that we can help customers very rapidly set up their ML environment, like auto-install Kubeflow and things like that, in case, honestly, like a lot of them don't have that expertise. and it takes them a very long time, with a collection of open source software to do that. So we can help automatically set that up for them. And then beyond that, we are working on very different set of techniques to do GPU fractionalization, optimization, and effectively oversubscription. And that would be very effective for training and inferencing jobs. And right now, most of the GPUs on average are at around 30% utilization. And with our software, we want to seamlessly increase that to somewhere in the upwards of 70s. That is huge, given the cost and scarcity of GPUs. And those are the areas that we already have a proof of concept and technologies that we're working on today and plan to productize it in the near future.
Okay, and what is Exostellar's role in the broader cloud ecosystem, and any insights on how you're collaborating with other CSPs or tech companies to push the boundaries of cloud optimization?
Yeah, absolutely. Our goal is to, as I said earlier, is to partner very effectively with the cloud providers, not to sell against them, but further enhance their services to stretch the value for their customers, right? To, make sure that however much cloud capacity that their customers are using, we can just make it go further, and for them to run many more, jobs and workloads on that amount of compute that will ultimately make them happier and more loyal customers. So we have a great partnership with AWS today. We are also getting our service up and running on Azure in the next month or so. Very excited about that partnership as well. And our goal is to certainly extend it to GCP and others as well as we go forward. And obviously, as we go into the GPU space, there is a whole raft of new GPU service providers, of which our orchestration and optimization technology could help their customers. And our goal is to continue to work with them as well.
Okay, and as CEO of Exostellar, what has been your biggest challenge?
A great question. The biggest challenge is, this company about a year ago when I started, it was very academically run. There's a lot of very smart people, PhDs, but commercializing it was an afterthought. So making the software enterprise grade, self-installable, easy to get to value under 24 hours and demonstrate it to the customer. These are some of the challenges that we had and still working our way through it. Technology solid, but it's commercialization part of it that, most startups have to cross that chasm. And then really growing and building the team, mixing the academic, R&D, PhD students with more commercial people and, to go forward. And also kind of like extending our product portfolio from CPU to GPU, which is very different, extremely different. Like those are all the challenges that we have largely overcome and still working our way through it.
Okay, and what is the best way for our audience to find out more about Exostellar on the internet?
Yes, so our website is exostellar.io. There is a ton of information there. There's a lot of customer examples, use cases, and we're trying to get into, we plan to launch a free trial in another month or so, and everything initially on the AWS marketplace and ultimately on Azure and others as well, and just make it super simple for people to, get a free subscription, auto install it, get to value in 24 hours, and then if they like it after a month, and then they continue to use it. That's how simple we want to make it.
Okay, and Tony, is it okay if I ask you a couple of personal questions?
Yes, of course.
So what do you do for fun outside work, or what is your personal passion?
There's not a lot of time for fun, with the startup life, but like I love biking and swimming. So I have my mountain bike, and I'm very fortunate to live close to Stanford University. So every chance that I get, I go biking around and try to do that every weekend. And, those are the things that keep me sane.
Okay. And Tony, can you also share something about yourself that most people at Exostellar who work with you don't know about you?
Something about me that most people at Exostellar don't know about me. So I'm a member of the Bahá'í faith, and we believe in the unity of mankind, and really, just a different way of thinking about life. It's all about service to humanity. What can you do to make this world a better place, as opposed to expecting things, from the world? So that's probably one thing that I haven't talked to anybody about it, and for them to know.
Okay, and the Baha'is have got some of the most beautiful temples around the world. Which is your most favorite temple that you would like to visit?
I visited most of them. They're all beautiful. Certainly the one, and we used to have one in every continent. Now we have more. So there's one for the Americas is in Chicago. It's in Wilmette. It's absolutely stunning. The one in India, in Delhi, is beautiful. There's one in Frankfurt in Germany. There's one in Chile that I haven't gone to. That's the newest one, and it's magnificent. I would love to go visit. Certainly, we have a number of temples in Israel where the center of the faith is. Yeah, they're all beautiful. I've seen most of them, not all of them. I'd love to see, the rest in Asia as well.
Okay, and final question, Tony: cats or dogs?
Definitely dogs. My daughter has a dog. His name is Fel, which means pepper, and it just brings so much joy and love to all of us. So definitely a dog person.
Okay, and what type of dog is it?
It's a Shih Tzu Poodle. It's a mix. It's about 5 years old, and it's the best. It's the best dog in the world.
Well, thank you so much, Tony, for taking time to record this interview. Have a great day and stay safe.
Thank you so much. My pleasure. Very nice talking to you. Take care.
Okay, this is Sanjay Gangal from EDACafe.